Have you ever been so afraid of losing someone that he ended up losing himself? What if I told you that true love is not about possessing, but about liberating? Imagine holding a bird, squeeze it too much, and you suffocate it. Release too much, and it flies with no return. But what if there was a way to love, without depending, without suffering, without attachment? Today, you'll discover the Stoic secret to loving lightly and freely. Love is one of life's most profound experiences, but when it turns into dependency, it's no longer healthy. Many people get lost in relationships trying to hold the other. Control. Avoid the end at any cost. But is this really love, or disguised fear? In this video, we'll understand how the Stoics viewed love and how to apply this philosophy to love fully, without getting attached, without losing yourself, and without suffering when something changes. Think of a castle made of cards. He even looks handsome, but any blow brings everything down. Attachment works like this. Behind the appearance of love, there is fear. Fear of loneliness, of abandonment, of pain, and this fear creates dependency. You start to believe that you need that person to be happy. The Stoics called this the illusion of control. We try to control something that was never ours. The other, the truth. No one owns anyone. The more we try to hold on, the more we suffocate, the further we drift away from true love. Imagine that love is a garden. Your role is not to hold the flower, but watering, taking care of, respecting her time. The Stoics taught, love what is good, but accept that everything changes. Nothing is guaranteed. If the other wants to stay, he will stay by will, not by prison. And there is the point. Those who love without attachment do not cling to permanence, but to presence. You enjoy the moment. You give the best of yourself, but he understands that everything that is born can also leave, and that, far from being sad, is liberating. How many times have you heard that you need someone to feel whole? But this is a trap. True emotional freedom comes when you discover that you are already all alone. The Stoics believed that inner peace is born of self-sufficiency. It's not about closing the heart, but opening the conscience. You can love someone deeply, and yet know that your happiness does not depend on that person. It's like having a candle lit next to another. One doesn't extinguish the other. It only adds light. Love without attachment begins when you don't expect the other to save you. You've already saved yourself. Most relationships wear out, not for lack of love, but for excess of expectation. We expect the other to understand us without talking, to change for us, to never disappoint us. But this is not fair nor realistic. Epictetus said, "Do not be disturbed by events, but by the vision you have of them." If you exchange expectation for acceptance, love flows. You stop charging, you start welcoming. And then the bond is strengthened without suffocating. When something changes in the relationship at distance, an attitude, a loss, the first reaction is usually despair. But the Stoics taught the power of acceptance. Not as someone who gives up, but as someone who understands that reality is as it is. To accept is not to conform. It is to free oneself from the internal struggle against what cannot be controlled. Imagine being on a boat on the high seas. You don't control the wind, but you can adjust the sails. In practice, this means accepting the other as they are, accepting the moment as it came, and deciding what to do wisely. A healthy love is not one that clings to the other, but that which is born from within. When you strengthen yourself emotionally, you don't love out of need, you love out of overflow. The Stoics believe that the source of well-being is within, never without. It's like a tree. The deeper the roots, the firmer it becomes, even with the winds of change. When you find that inner strength, love ceases to be a prison, and it becomes a free flight, side by side, Have you ever been with someone, but did you feel alone? Or have you been far away, but felt the real, alive, intense presence of connection? This is where love without attachment reveals its power. It does not require constant physical presence, but rather genuine emotional presence. It is not about controlling schedules, steps, conversations, but to offer space for the other to be who they are. And that creates a rare kind of love light, honest, lasting, 'cause who is free to go? It is the one who chooses to stay. Many people see the end of a relationship as a defeat. The Stoics saw everything as part of the cycle of life. They would ask, what did you learn? What has grown? What transformed you? When you love without attachment, until the end becomes learning. Nothing is lost, everything is incorporated into your evolution. You stop being a victim of emotions and becomes the author of his journey. That kind of love doesn't weaken you, it expands you. In the end, to love without attachment is not to love less, it is to love better. With more awareness, with more freedom, and with more truth. It's understanding that nothing in this world is guaranteed, not even the ones you love. But even so, you choose to love. With delivery, with presence, with lightness, you don't love because you have to. You love because you choose to. That's it. It is the strongest love that exists. You will only be truly free when you can say to the other, I love you, but I don't need you to be happy. This is the essence of Stoic love. A love that does not bind. A love that liberates.